Ladies, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please be advised that this movie has no nudity.
I'm out.
Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
Yeah. I just have to wee-wee.
And we're back. Just like the Five Musketeers.
What the hell am I looking at?
A country where culture means pornography and slasher films.
If you had these boobs, you'd be obsessed with them too.
Very exciting, big event. Everybody's excited, huh?
We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends.
We're Cinemadness podcast.
So are we going to make a splash with this one, or?
That's a good movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost put that in my thing for yesterday. Because Eugene Levy.
Oh, yeah.
So should I just go
My
for the obvious?
Mermaid. What?
What, the obviously this smells fishy joke?
No.
No? That was more of a, yeah.
Anyways. Jesus. Welcome to Cinemadness, the podcast. I am your host, Alison, and I am here again with Adam.
Hello.
And Roman.
Hello.
Hello. And we are continuing our journey on 90s coming of age movies. And this one, I thought I would throw a little curveball at the boys because they have, one, never seen this movie.
I have.
Oh, you had seen this movie?
Yeah, I told you that.
Nope, didn't hear that one bit. Did you hear that?
I wrote it.
You wrote it?
Yeah, we talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the writer of the movie that we're talking about today, Roman Rodriguez.
Thank you so much.
You did not write this movie.
His pseudonym is whoever wrote the novel.
Yes. When I was 8 years old, I wrote the screenplay in 1990. I could barely write legible sentences, but yeah.
Okay, so it's a movie that Roman has seen, but Adam had not. It was filmed, or it came out in 1990, so, I'm just cutting it close there. But it was not set in the 90s. It was set in 1963. So I thought to myself, yes, it came out in the 90s, and that's when I saw it, but can we compare the 1960 coming of age and how the girls acted in the 60s and find similarities in the 1990 movies?
So what is the movie?
I was getting to it. The movie is called Mermaids, and it stars Cher, Winona Ryder, Christina Ricci, and Bob Hoskins.
And Jake Ryan.
So what you're telling me,
Shuffling.
if you're Bob Hoskins, you go down that rabbit hole and it leads you to a mermaid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was after this, though, right? Or was it before this?
You go down a pipe chasing a rabbit, and it leads you to a mermaid.
Geez. Well, no. After the mermaid chase, that's when he went down a pipe.
It's true. If you're going chronologically.
Yeah, just plain technicality.
I like him. So this movie, like I said, it's set in 1963, and it focuses on Cher. She is a single mom, and she has two daughters, Charlotte, played by Winona Ryder, and Kate, played by Christina Ricci. And
little baby fat Christina Ricci.
She's so freaking cute. This was her first movie. She's adorable. She basically moves them around anytime, like there's either trouble or she has a breakup or something happens. She just picks up and randomly picks where she wants to live, and she just takes her kids and just moves and starts over. So they never really have like a set home, and I don't know. She's kind of a hot mess. So it just kind of talks about the relationships with her and the two girls, and then eventually she meets Bob Hoskins, and
he takes her on a ride of responsibility.
Yeah, he's the sane one of the movie. So, I don't remember. I know I definitely saw this in the theater. I don't remember when. I don't necessarily know if I was 10 when it came out. I guess I was, but it was one of those movies where I went to go see it with my friend and her mom. And I think it's because I loved Winona Ryder so much. But then, I fell in love with Christina Ricci. She's so cute. If you want to know more about my infatuation with Christina Ricci, you can tune into one of my Say Anything with Alison, where I talk about her best performances.
It was the first Say Anything
with
Alison.
Was it? Okay, yeah, because she is one of my favorite actresses. So I don't know. It's just, this is one of those movies. I'm not going to sit there and say it's a good movie, it's a bad movie, it's one of my favorite movies. It's a movie that has been in my childhood since the beginning. I have it on beta. I watched it probably every other month. It was just one of those movies. Remember Betamax?
Betamax?
Yeah, no, I remember it, but didn't Betamax go out like in 1983?
No, because I had 90s stuff on there.
Yeah, my first Betamax movie was Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Okay, if it wasn't on beta, maybe it was on VHS, but whatever. It's getting Mr. Technical.
He's
over
ruining
here.
your nostalgia already.
Yeah, you guys both do that, so whatever. Anyways,
We love you.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. Anyways, it was just one of those movies that I would turn on. I would turn on and I would just love it. And it just made me happy. It was one of those movies. So, I don't know. I could obviously talk about it, but what were I'm going to go to Adam since he hadn't seen it. So you knew nothing about this film other than who was in it?
Yeah, I only knew what you talked about on your Say Anything.
Okay. Did you know Winona Ryder was in it?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was just Cher and Bob Hoskins and little Christina Ricci. I didn't know the movie was technically about Winona Ryder's character.
Correct. And what I think is funny is it's similar to what is the other movie where she talks a lot? She basically narrates the
Heathers?
film. Heathers, yeah. She's doing the same thing, but Heathers came out after this.
Yeah.
Was this before or after Beetlejuice?
After.
Beetlejuice is
Yeah, after.
89, right?
Beetlejuice,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. She was coming off her Beetlejuice high. Okay. So tell me your thoughts. I can't wait to hear.
It's a cute little movie. It has a lot of pacing problems, and I noticed that because the director is the same director who did the Money Pit. Which also is a great movie, but it has a lot of pacing problems in the last act, which this one did. But Winona Ryder really carried her character in this movie, and I loved Bob Hoskins, even with his crazy eyes constantly, big open crazy eyes. Yeah. But I liked him being the voice of reason because I absolutely despised Cher in this movie. Her character was just freaking grow up. And that was the whole point of the movie. That and there's a subtext of that religion destroys people's minds because Winona Ryder was just like, she nearly killed herself because of her belief in the whole, but that's a whole different thing. It touches a lot of points. It does a really good job of feeling the 1963 vibe, especially on the day Kennedy was shot. It's, I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. It's not a movie that
it's not a movie you would watch over and over again.
Well, it's not a movie I really enjoyed. I mean, I didn't dislike the movie, but I was like, okay. I kept checking the time. That's one thing that I realized because I'm like, I don't know where this movie's going because of this pacing issues.
Yeah.
But I really, it's very disjointed. The family dynamics disjointed. Sheffield's character was like, he was like the town mute.
Yes, he was pointless.
He was the guy that they need for story inputs, and they just throw him in.
Yeah, I mean, you had to have him because he needed to be the hot guy.
Right.
But other than that,
but he was also the guy in the town that everybody went to.
Yeah, he was the
handyman,
handyman, Jake Ryan type of whatever. But
the stuff with him and Winona Ryder, they would just like come together and then separate and not talk about each other again, and then come together and then separate. Yeah. And it was like there was nothing. There was no chemistry between the two.
Well, I think that might have been a good thing considering the age difference. That was a big problematic thing with this movie. He was 25.
Yeah.
And she was 15. Like that, I think he...
Oh, like Elvis.
He knew... Is that what the age gap
was? I think Elvis was like 27.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he shouldn't have been hanging out with her. I mean, even in that one opening scene when she's like, what do you guys do on the weekend for fun? And he's like, I usually go fishing. And he's like, well, I come pick up you and your sister. And she's like, oh no, Kate's afraid of the water. Like he wanted to hang out with not just her. Like I think he deep down knew he shouldn't be hanging out with Winona Ryder's character. She was too young.
I liked Winona Ryder's inner monologue throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. So I understand that Cher's character was very unlikable. However, I argue to the point that she played it perfectly.
Oh no, she was great. Just I hated her character.
Sure, and I think you were supposed to.
Yeah.
I think you were supposed to be like, this is a terrible mother. You got these two cute girls that they don't have their father. The one is just like, all religious and goody-goody. Like, you couldn't ask for 2 better kids.
Yeah.
And you are just not a good mom. You don't even feed them proper food. I think that's another reason I secretly like this movie, is because of my infatuation with hors d'oeuvres, and that's all the woman made her. But there was a little bit of outrage that she never was nominated for this movie for an Academy Award, because they felt that Cher just did a really, really good job with her character.
Yeah, I agree.
She did.
She did. Okay, so we'll go back to the pacing issues. I have questions about that. Okay, how about you, Roman?
I first saw it, I want to say I was probably, because 93, and I think it was on HBO. It was one of those, I was home alone. I didn't have any friends. We just moved to a new place. No, military brat, welcome to it. So you can only walk around the neighborhood and hope that someone says, hey, new kid, you want to play baseball? Or hey, new kid, you want to play basketball? Or whatever. And if that doesn't happen, you kind of take your ball and literally go home.
Because you didn't have the right stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Bad joke.
You had to take everything step by step.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I'm really trying to, but that's okay. You know, I was hanging tough.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. There you go. I was waiting for like some sort of redemption story there. But anyways, and I'm just thinking of like Saving Forever or what that song was. But anyways, I
you ran out of New Kid songs.
I have.
I mean, I can help you, but
please don't. Please don't
yeah.
go. Don't go. Anyways,
that's Milli Vanilli.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Who is that? Who does Please Don't Go?
I think it was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
But I remember that was music 1990s. Yeah. But anyways,
please don't go.
Don't go.
Call me Mr. Raider. Yeah. Anyways.
No, you're adding 2 different songs.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to do like the infomercial.
Got it.
All right. But no.
Hot hits of the 90s.
Oh yeah.
If you have anxiety, listen to this.
It's about murder. 1993, and I was watching HBO or whatnot, and I remember seeing Mermaids and Cher. I like Cher.
I like Mermaids.
Well, no, I like Cher, and I liked the opening, and I love Winona Ryder. Like, I thought she was the girl next door, and I had this little kind of crush on her. So, I can see that character Cher. Like, that was easy for me to digest because I've seen moms, especially on the military bases, who try to do the best impression of someone who got their stuff together but doesn't, and makes bad choices and leads their kids. So I understood it. It was one of those, I watched it. I didn't understand it completely because I had the eyes of an 11-year-old watching it. And the movie was that. Forgot all about it until 2023. My friend says, hey, I'm doing a review on Mermaids.
You're like, damn it, now I know how she felt with Rocky.
Well, no, I was halfway tempted to go, you know what, I wish I didn't watch it, so I would just say, I haven't watched it, I'm just going to go dry, and then say, what was it, Mikey, who hit him? Oh, yeah.
And I would have come back that you only had to watch one movie.
Yeah, and that's why I rewatched it.
And no one ever goes in dry. That's the worst advice to give anyone.
Ouch.
It was only an hour and 50 minutes too.
Yeah,
so.
no, but watching it again, it was, and after I watched it, I looked up other people's take, and one thing is there's a lot of ladies that have a connection to this film. And I found it very interesting.
Hey, ladies.
No, I found it very interesting. And getting back to like Rocky, where there's a lot of guys that tend to have that connection, I saw a parallel. But so with that, I thought it was it's kind of like hearing. I personally can't get into it. I watched it again. I would rather watch different films that have a kind of theme of that. I would rather watch Girls Interrupted.
Is that the sequel?
Wait,
well, no. In terms of just,
you're just picking Winona Ryder movies now.
Well, yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Anyways, no. That's just the first thing that came to mind. So,
but that's a completely different type of movie.
Okay,
because that has nothing.
I would rather have watched Stranger Things.
I get it. Ha ha ha. But anyways, moving forward, in terms of the film itself, it's to me, it has some great moments. If you just cut out certain parts, it has
What parts?
Just all together. And I know I'm being extremely vague. It's just in terms of the pacing issues, which you talked about, in terms of the storylines that tend to. It's a situation. And I'm trying to be very deep and not take this in another direction. Bottom line is, I thought it was an okay film. I completely understand where you would go enjoying this film, and I can see how some really enjoy this. It's just not my thing.
I wasn't asking you guys to watch this movie because I was trying to make it your thing. I was trying to get you to watch it because it's a coming of age movie set in the 1960s. Yeah. Can you not see the similarity of what Charlotte was going through compared to somebody in American Pie, somebody in Empire Records, somebody in
Clueless?
Clueless.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about Clueless. I mean, Clueless was so
My Girl.
But My Girl,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, that's
See, I redeemed myself a little bit.
But My Girl was in the 60s too.
correct. Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. Yeah, no, that's wrong. No, but I think you could have plucked the three of them out and sat them in the 90s,
Yeah.
and it could have had the same storyline. I mean, there's not a lot of convents and nuns around where
Yeah,
people live,
I
other than that, what is the difference? Like, you could have still, the story could have been the same. It still could have held up in the 1990s.
You know, Winona
Doc
Ryder's
Hollywood.
character could have been Ty in Clueless. A variation. A little bit more messed up, but
Well, yeah, I mean, Charlotte's pure. Ty was kind of
Not.
rough around the edges.
she could draw whatchamacallit.
Marvin the Martian.
Charlotte fasted.
Charlotte licked chalkboard off the, or licked chalk off the chalkboard when she was little.
Oh, so she was akin to Nell. Got it.
Yeah, she.
No, anybody watch the movie Nell? It was
was
good.
Yeah,
not good.
Tie in the Wind.
I liked
Hey,
it.
yeah, yeah, no.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
let's talk about the pacing issues.
Yeah.
I need to know the pacing issues, and I need to know what scenes you're saying you should take out, because right now I can only think of scenes that maybe there was slow pacing, but they were pivotal in the storytelling. So I would like to.
I think I'll go first, just because I think part of the issue is I just can't get into it. So therefore, I don't have the same ties to it. So therefore, if you ask me, it's not really that pivotal of a film. I watch it just to support you, to be very honest.
Okay, so I'm going to go to you because it sounds like you have more actual knowledge of the scenes.
Right, because I actually watched the movie this time.
You watched the movie?
I watched
Right.
it.
Anyway, the stuff when she after she ran away, when she came home,
Yeah.
it just got really disjointed. The scenes got really disjointed. A lot of time passed in between those scenes, between then and like Christmas and New Year's,
Okay.
and the fights between Bob Hoskins and Cher's character, with them being pivotal, it wasn't paced right.
They didn't fight a lot.
They fought twice.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
The second fight, the one he was going up to the attic and basically told her exactly who she was.
Right.
That was weird. That was just a weird timing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came up on her and she's like, I don't want this. And,
I don't like you getting close to my kids and close to me. Yeah.
And she was always on the defense.
Right.
About that. And he's finally, letting her know. He's like, I'm interested in us.
Yeah.
And that part, it was, like I said, it was pivotal, but at the same time, it's just like, that was when I started checking my watch, because I'm not wearing a watch, but I was checking the time, because it wasn't paced right. It was like, it wasn't keeping my attention to the point where it was something that I wanted to invest in.
So, to my point, do you feel that part of the issue is you had no connection to the characters?
Not at all. I completely understand the characters, and I've had those conversations before. I've had those fights before. But I haven't elongated them in such a small narrative like they did in the movie.
So what's a better way, in your opinion, that could have been more digestible? To have the scenes to be a little bit more aesthetic or groove a little bit more and still keep the overall theme of the film.
They can cut the dialogue down.
It was just a long scene because that scene somebody had to tell her.
I understand,
right?
yeah, but she, I don't know. They talked in circles for a good amount of that fight.
Yeah,
and I understand sometimes you have to write for idiots. And that's what they tell you in screenwriting school. Sometimes you have to write for idiots to get a big audience. But at the same time, you can also write well. I mean, this is based off of a novel, and I understand novels are infinitely longer than movies, but it's just something about it. I just didn't. It was not keeping my attention.
Up until that point, it was.
There were little things like the stuff with Winona Ryder, like the fishing scene was too fast, I think.
Too fast.
Yeah. It could have showed her being more stumbly and bumbly around, what's his name? Joe,
yeah.
And it was just like there's gold in her character. There's gold in her voiceover and her inner monologue. And they kind of just shoved that aside because there's another storyline coming in, and that's the story everyone wants to hear. Is because it's her story. She's telling the story, and then they throw in the stuff with her mom, and it fits, but it doesn't. And I don't know.
Almost like it could have been a little bit longer.
Right. The movie,
in certain instances.
Right. The movie could have been longer because of that.
Like I hated the scene where she ran away and like went to the other person's
weird
house
perfect
and
family.
and she pretended her name was Sal, and like that whole scene should have been cut out.
And then all of a sudden she's really good at lying.
Yeah. Like that whole scene was dumb, and I never liked that scene. But I guess I understand she had to do something that was like, surprising, like, oh my God, she's going to run away, and like to kind of get her mom's attention, because that's what it was basically all about, was her getting her mom's attention. She wanted everybody's attention.
I did like when she was being driven away from the house, one of the little girls like, bye, Val.
Yeah, after he already called her Charlotte, like she's still calling her the wrong name. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, I can see what you're saying.
But and like I said, it's just like Money Pit. Same director, same pacing issues.
Yeah.
Money Pit is a fantastically funny movie, but towards the end, when they start falling out of love with each other, it starts getting draggy, and you're checking the time. You're like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah. No, I get that. This movie was, I don't know if it was supposed to be a comedy drama. I mean, I felt that it had some funny parts, but it was way more dramatic than it was funny a lot of times, especially once you get into the end with, Kate almost dying.
Yeah. And she ran away with every part that she was on.
Christina Ricci, 100%. Yeah. I mean, you could see the star in the making in that movie. Like, she was just so funny. But
even that sappy, happy ending where they're dancing in the kitchen, which I just absolutely abhor. That is just
you don't like
awful.
People dancing in the kitchen to cheesy music.
Yeah, if the movie is that kind of movie, and that movie was not that kind of movie, then all of a sudden, boom, Beetlejuice ending.
Yeah, but they're trying to show, and
that family can heal.
Yeah, because they were trying to heal.
Yeah,
because now that she's with, I can't remember Bob Hoskins' name.
Do you think that was thrown in by maybe the movie studios who wanted a little bit more of a Scooby-Doo ending, a little bit lighter, a little bit more fluff?
I don't know. Maybe it was thrown in by the author.
Yeah, it could have been in the book. I mean, I don't know.
I've never read the book.
Well, no, I haven't either, but it was based on a book, so I don't know.
And if you read the book, please let us know.
Please put it in the comments that you have read the book and that the dancing scene is on what page.
I love the music in this movie because I love 1950s and 1960s music, and it's just so funny. Do you remember after this movie came out, her version, Cher's version of Shoop Shoop, in this kiss, it went to it was on the Billboard Hot 100, up to the top 10 charts. She had the video, and Winona and Christina Ricci were in it, and
I have
it was
no memory of this.
It was played a lot on VH1.
Yeah,
I remember that. because my mom preferred VH1 over MTV because it showed a little bit more wholesome stuff. So,
Well, yeah, it was adult contemporary.
Which is why Cher was on there.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved like her costumes. I loved the hair.
I really liked the polka dot dresses.
Yeah, the blue and the pink.
Yeah.
And then Winona had to take the pink.
And when they went to the shoe store, Bob Hoskins was being really creepy.
How is he being creepy?
He walked them out and he's like, bye. And he just like stared at them as they walked away.
He was staring at her ass.
Yeah.
I mean, she looked good.
I think it's because he had his wide ass eyes open.
He did. And he goes, she has a little sucker and he's like, I'll see you at the PTO meeting. And she's like, you will. And she like walks away and he's looking at her and he goes, I like that. Like, yeah, he was kind of creepy, but I mean, everybody was looking at them.
That's true. And I like I said, I don't like her character because she ran away from her problems and she took her family with her problems. Mm-hmm. And I know that's the whole point of the movie.
But I believe she grew.
We hope that she grew.
We hope she did. But is this do you see this as a coming of age film?
Oh, 100%. It's totally Winona Ryder's character finding herself. Mm-hmm. Especially that scene at the end where she's the epilogue where she talks about what she's doing. She gets letters from Joe.
Yeah. Which, okay, this is so funny. And again, I don't know why. I guess I was kind of dumb when I was younger. I don't know, but
was the nursery?
Thank you for no comment. The nursery. So Joe opened up a nursery and I'm like, he wasn't around any kids the whole movie. Like the whole time I was young, that's all I thought. Yeah. It took me a long time to realize.
I only knew that because remember our school was right in front of Frank's nursery.
Yeah, that didn't even,
Can I ask an honest question? Mm-hmm. What are we defining as coming of age?
Okay.
Just because I'm trying to.
What do I define it as?
Yeah, what do you define it as?
So I'm defining the coming of age movies as someone who is struggling to find their identity, find themselves with relationships, whether that be of the opposite sex, same sex, family, relative, discovering who they are, who they want to be when they grow up, dealing with insecurities and inner struggles and dilemmas. Basically, I mean, just like she was all into Catholicism, but then at the end she was all into Greek mythology. She's trying to find what she wants to be and what she's interested in this world. And a lot of coming of age within that scope is your first crush, your first love, finding your body, figuring your sexuality out. That's what I think of coming of age.
I wish I would have watched it with you and just kind of have that different mindset. I think sometimes how in certain movies where you hear us talk, maybe we watch the film on our own individual time. But then when we hear each other talk, you know what? You kind of swayed me over. Mm-hmm. Because the hearing you talk about it, it's a lot. I really love your take on it. I really do. And I think I saw it as a task and a very arduous task. So I didn't enjoy it. It was kind of like, let's just get through it. Mm-hmm. This is what's asked. So I will actually watch it again. And watch it with a different.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think another reason why I'm not going to say I connected with Winona Ryder. I mean, I think a lot of people of my age, we kind of honed in on her with Beetlejuice, with Heathers. She was one of our go-to people, right? But I was in a private school at that time. Mm-hmm. So I was going to church. Everything, religion was constantly in my face, right? Yep. So seeing this person on screen where she was she wasn't, in a way, she was questioning her religion, right? She thought she was all about God and wanted to be a nun. But even she didn't even know everything. She thought she would get pregnant by just making out with Jake Ryan. I'm just going to continue calling him Jake Ryan. Making out with Jake Ryan. And, everything was just God, why are you punishing me? And why are you doing this? And God,
when Kennedy got shot.
Yes, God, why did you let Kennedy get shot? God, why are you allowing my mom to do this? Please let us, stuff like that. I just want to wash my sins away. And it was that kind of resonated with me because of the religion thing too. So, because when you are that age, you can also start questioning what you are being taught, what you are being shown, That's the age when you just start saying, like, I don't know if I necessarily believe what you believe, and maybe I want to look into something else. So I think that's another reason why I was kind of like watching this movie a lot.
Okay.
I don't know. And I just really liked the relationship with her and her sister. And a whole nother separate, some of the one-liners were just funny. One of my favorite lines is when they're driving to the school night and Cher says something. She goes, ooh, we're going to play a good game tonight. It's called Who's the Worst Mother in the World? Wait, don't tell me. Is it me? And like Winona Ryder just laughed. Like, that's fucking funny.
Is
like,
it? That's very...
It's hilarious to me.
It's gaslighting.
No,
Yeah.
it is now, but you didn't... And this goes back to my deep conversation with John on his podcast about American Beauty, where I have similarities in some of these mother figures with my mother. And that's a relationship that a lot of teenage daughters have with their mothers, that people had that same type of thing. It's not, it's gaslighting now because that's, people know what gaslighting is now. People know what gaslighting is in 1990.
We would call it sarcasm.
Or just manipulation.
Yeah, we would call it
not to me
self-consumption in terms of that's making it all about you. But anyway,
she wasn't making it about her in my mind.
No, she was covering up her problem, saying everyone's judging me because of look at who I am. I'm the bad guy, but I'm the victim.
She's self-aware to a degree in terms of what she's putting out there, and she's...
Yeah, but that's not how I'm seeing it at all. It's just like a mother and a daughter being like, oh, I'm such a bad mother. You hate me. I don't let you do anything. That's the conversation that we're constantly having with our mothers as we're in our teenage years. That's how I viewed that scene. And Winona Ryder laughed at it yep, that's all that was. I don't think that she was being manipulative at all. It was like, once again, I'm the worst mother in the world. Like, yeah, you are, because we don't have that good relationship right now.
I disagree, but that's okay.
You're also more than a female girl.
I wasn't.
I'm just saying.
I'm still not.
I'm just saying.
No? Oh. Alison, I owe you $5. I was off on that. Sorry.
Only $5?
Yeah. You made the bet, not me. Yeesh. But no. But that's I think that's also some of the underlying things is it's not our thing. In terms of we can understand the universal themes, we can understand certain characters and their traits, but I think there's a deeper connection. The same way, if I was have you watch the movie The Lost City, which is about the Cuban club owner who was his club was taken away by.
No, it's not. It's about Sandra Bullock trying to find treasure with Channing Tatum.
So
it's The Lost City.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about... Thanks, Ab. Appreciate it. Garcia.
Andy.
Yeah, Andy Garcia plays a club owner in 1955's Cuba, the Copacabana. And it's taken over by Castro. Long story short, that movie is a 3-hour movie. That movie is the first time I ever saw my father cry. Ever. Because he was there in that moment when Castro was taken away, and there's other things that I'm not trying to sway us away, but it is a timepiece, so therefore there's indirect connections. But if I was to make you watch that, you may not have the same connection. And I think that's the same thing, getting back to my point, with Adam and I, we can understand certain things just in the same way that you can understand universal themes of characters and plights. But at the end of the day, I think that film means a lot more to ladies out there, and especially when I was trying to comprehend what I watched again in terms of, am I missing something? What is the greatness of this? Why is it so good? Just like with Rocky. I was looking at blogs, and a lot of the reviews and things like that are female writers who talk about how this embodies their relationship, or it represents some relationship with their mother, blah, 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 yada, yada, and things like that. So it and you're echoing to a degree that is my interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, my mom wasn't the town slut that went around sleeping with everybody. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not implying that
but I'm
indirectly.
just saying there were certain instances and certain things with this movie that I related to, just with a mother and daughter relationship.
Yeah, I can see that, and
I've never been in a mother-daughter relationship.
No, you haven't. No.
But it's so evident that she still did want to be similar to her mother, not in like bad ways, but like how she, she wanted to wear makeup. She wanted to wear the dress. She wanted to have some attention of male, yes, she was a little drunk when she did all that, but she really did want to. And it was also her way of trying to, I think, in some way connect to her mom, Mrs. Flax.
I don't see that at all.
Okay.
I see it as her seeing her mom as a mature adult and being like, oh, this is what I have to do to be a mature adult, and this is what I have to do to attract Jake Ryan or whoever, Joe. And even if
she doesn't have to light a cake with 16 candles,
even if it's the wicked way my mother does it, that's apparently what I have to do to be an adult. And
I can see that about both ways, but then towards the end, you see how she's dressing different. Now she's dressing the pants and the midriff shirt, so she's still trying. She's now realizing she can be similar to her mom without being kind of slutty, I guess.
Well, yeah, so. and that's the coming of age part. At the end of the movie, she realizes who she's becoming. Which
is her mother.
And that makes them closer, because she's like, we're not even Greek.
Yeah.
That's a funny line.
She was kind of turning into her mother, but not the bad parts of her mother.
Right, but she wasn't running away from her problems. She never was. She kind of was leaning into the religion to like kind of explain away the problems. But she never really ran.
No, and I think
and she was more family oriented than her mom was. I mean, she was more the motherly character.
Oh, she was. And that was evident in a lot of scenes, especially when she was like tucking her into bed and being a mother to Kate. But I also think she just didn't really... Cher didn't know how to be a mom. She didn't really know how to be a good daughter to her. Like they just, from the moment that she was born and the dad left her, like they just didn't have this connection. And I think they both had big problems.
Yeah, and I have to say the thing with Christina Ricci's character having the trauma at the climax of the movie, not necessary. It was very, very foretold. One from the bathtub scene, and two, just the way they were acting around the water. And yeah, it's okay. It's just the whole hospital thing. It made Winona Ryder's character grow up. It did nothing for Cher's character.
Well, I was just thinking, if you take that away, what type of film do you have? You basically have a pretty...
Well, you had to have something that showed Winona Ryder, that kind of outed her as what she did up there in the bell tower and the clock tower. That you had to have something where she did something with Jake Ryan. And
so maybe that's just my problem with the pacing then.
Maybe. Because something had to happen.
Yeah.
Because she was shamed. She was basically shamed. I mean, her mom was like, the whole town knows what you did. And they all looked at her in the hospital. They just kind of looked at her. Well, they should be looking at Jake, not necessarily Winona.
Right, because he's
30 years old. Yeah. It might be something to do with the pacing, because I also feel that scene, that is how Cher and Winona were able to have that explosive scene at the end where they ended up finally breaking down their barriers and both being honest. She was like, she's slamming the dick because she's like, we're gonna move, and she's like, no, I'm not moving anymore. And she's explaining that. So I don't know what else could have happened that bad that would have brought them together because of Cher's anger.
And that's kind of like a centralized theme in the movie, because of the one line Bob Hoskins says when she's like, why are we fighting? He's like, because it releases tension.
Yeah, and then they just stop.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. All the fights were there to release the tension, and then it started the healing.
Yeah, I see that. And yeah, I get that. So, well, I appreciate you guys watching it.
No, you know what?
Oh, he's gonna watch it again.
I am.
Did the movie have taglines?
Oh yeah, let me look up taglines. I'm sorry. And then we have a game, I think.
Yes, we do have a game.
Hold on.
Yeah, I never even wanted to watch this movie. So.
Yeah. Did you think it was funny that there wasn't a lot of mermaids in the movie? I mean,
Yes.
the thing was central. I mean, Christina Ricci was like a mermaid because she was a swim girl, but she really only wore that one mermaid costume for the Halloween thing.
But you know, her father was a champion swimmer.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was about swimming people because
Yeah.
she had the affair with the swimming guy.
Did you notice that Bob Hoskins' costume was a pirate? Do you know why that's funny?
Because of Hook?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that was funny. I also want to say real quick, real brief. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's nice, I guess, to see. I don't know if nice is the word, but it's interesting to see these movies in the 60s where Kennedy dies. Because of when I watched it when I was 10 or 11, I didn't understand the gravitude of the whole country is mourning the loss of the president. Like back in the day, that was such a big deal.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like, I mean, when she came in and she started crying and it was like, the president's been shot. And
like people on the street,
people
just
on the
randomly.
street. It was like war had just broken out and everybody went home and stuff. So I'm just saying that like I didn't grasp. I understood that it was a big deal when your president gets shot. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is
You grasp how beloved the president was.
correct, because we don't treat our presidents like that. It's not the same. So that was a big like aha moment. That's what happened back then. Like that was probably a pretty good interpretation of what happened.
And the really good juxtaposition of the people on the street crying and the kids just playing.
Yeah, because she said it feels like there's no adults left in this world right now because the kids had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, and the kids wouldn't.
No, why would they?
Especially in the 60s when there's not information at your fingertips.
No. There's 2 taglines.
Ooh.
As if.
This is our mother.
Murder.
And this is a good one. This is our mother. Pray for us.
Oh, that is good. That's that's the movie in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Mom is many things. Normal isn't one of them.
That sounds like a horror movie.
It does. It sounds like Psycho.
Mother is different things. Murder is one of them.
Yeah, what's the movie that you guys love? The horror movie where the girl loses her head.
Hereditary.
Yeah, that sounds like it belongs on the Hereditary.
Yeah.
The girl loses her head.
Yeah, the movie. It's good that I'm going vague because I have a connection with the game. I'm being vague.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Time for a game.
We don't have time for our own taglines.
Of course.
Okay.
I don't have any.
I do. Hold on. Wait, you go first. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry. I guess I don't have one.
Oh, well, let's make it. Going for the obvious, let's make a splash, or no. Let's see. No.
I got one.
Come to the tower with me. No.
Yeah. Can this mother bring the family together? Don't hold your breath.
She's one. Okay. Oh, she's one bad mother. ... Is that 2 on the nose? Yeah. Okay. No, everyone's going to talk. Well, no, that's actually...
Everyone's going to talk?
Yeah, everyone's
Who
going to
framed Winona Ryder?
Ooh.
Where the rabbit hole takes you.
That sounds like it might be dirty.
Where the rabbit hole takes you.
I mean, Winona Ryder's character is just thinking dirty thoughts the whole movie.
She is.
Dirty.
I love when she was like, he's like, how do you like the house? And she's like, in her mind, she's like, I hate the house. I was born there. I love the house. That's what I mean by
I wonder what kind of bra the nuns were wearing.
Yeah. Do you guys wear underwear when you shower? That's why I think a lot of the stuff was just kind of witty, and that might be something that those are things that girls would think. Like, I hate that house. Oh, I'm in that house. I carved Red Sox. I'm in his room. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. It was just funny. Going back to my tagline. Let's see. I wanted to do something with hors d'oeuvres. The mother of hors d'oeuvres. The other thing that I thought I liked is after I saw this movie, this was the first time I'd ever heard Mambo Italiano, and it was just stuck in my head for like ever. And every now and then I just think of the movie and I start singing a mambo, because I played it twice. Mambo Italiano.
I did not recognize Bob Hoskins when he was wearing his hat.
Oh, yeah?
I thought it was just some other guy.
Huh.
And that's my story about this movie.
Okay. All right.
Do you have a tagline?
Yes.
They said the mother of hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't. I didn't say
That
it
was
was
the one
good.
you were like, oh, I got one. I got one.
No, I thought I had one and I forgot. It was going to be something with flax.
Well,
okay.
Because her name was Mrs. Flax.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did you notice that he was the only one that ever spoke her first name?
No.
Yeah. He was the only one.
I only heard Mrs. Flax.
Her name was Rachel, and he always called her Rachel.
Oh.
He was like, Rachel, you're hard to talk to. And Rachel,
Huh.
it was really weird. Yeah.
I really like how he just laid it all out at the New Year's party. He's like, let me know when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. And then he put his hat on, I think, and left. I think that was his pirate hat.
It was his pirate hat.
Yeah.
Yar.
Why do they dress up at New Year's?
I don't know. I guess it was a thing in the 60s.
Well, no. Every so often you'll find like New Year's parties,
like a
that are
fancy dress
costume party. Yeah.
I mean, talk about fancy. She made kebabs on a stick with marshmallows for dinner. What the hell are they complaining about?
Right.
She had little wieners
And ham bagels.
ham bagels.
You know what?
He goes, I've never seen anybody treat a bagel like this.
I love that Bob Hoskins is either British or New York. That's it.
You mean in all his roles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like I'm making him British or
No.
New York.
It's kind of like Cumberbatch.
Oh, here we go.
No. What? Oh,
You had it.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Last name Cumberbatch? No,
Cumberbatch?
Kimberblanch?
Cumberbatch. You know, the guy who played Doctor
Benedict
Strange.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
Benjamin Cumberbatch.
Yeah, Benjamin Button. No. It's kind of like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Ooh, you did it.
Yes, I slowed down on that one. There you go. You're welcome. Where he's either playing a British guy or he's playing essentially a Bostonian.
Yeah, I like his American accent for Doctor Strange.
You can tell every so often, like he comes out a little bit.
It does.
It does.
Like Idris kind of does that too,
Yeah.
I think.
But he can do it.
I had no
can't
idea
do
he was
anything wrong.
British
I
until
know.
Luther.
I know.
Yeah,
That came out of nowhere.
He was in
The Losers.
Yeah, and he was also in the one phenomenal thriller movie where he plays the guy who keeps on asking if the husband's home. Is your husband home? With the chick.
That sounds like a
don't
really
know.
good role.
Is your husband home?
Yeah, no. Oh,
Is your husband home?
$5 million.
Is your husband home?
Hold on.
Is your husband home?
From the top, a little bit more Idris Elba. Thank
I
you.
can only
Is
do
your
British if
husband
it's a
home?
female, just so you know. Is your husband home? Kind of sounds like Mary Poppins person.
Mary Poppins person.
What those people are called?
The Brits?
No, but there's another term for him. Starts with a C.
Cockney?
Cockney.
That's all the big talk like that.
Oh, I can't talk like that. But doesn't what's his name talk kind of like that in Mary
Dick Van
Poppins?
Dyke, yeah.
Yeah. Dick Van Dyke.
That was a horrible accent.
No Good Deed, 2014.
Oh
I
yeah,
I love that film.
Is your husband home?
Is your
Yeah.
husband home?
Yeah, well, not
It
to give
owes
it
me
away.
a deed.
Yeah. Well, it was
A good one.
Yeah, dude, and I absolutely loved him in that film. But
And it
yeah,
goes
it's-
unpunished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So it's good to know that you guys are being direct, and it's good to know that I'm being vague, and I'm going to actually drag you into my vagueness because I'm going to celebrate the
Is
coming.
that the sequel to Drag Me to Hell? Drag me into my your vagueness.
That's Aronofsky's version.
Oh God.
Drag me to my
All
vagueness.
right, I'm going to pitch you a movie for Drag Me to Vagueness. Viva Las
Loathing into
Vegas.
my vagueness.
Yeah. No.
All right, how do we answer when we know it? Do we say it with our name? No.
Well, what I'll
My ears.
do is there's 7 questions here.
Yes.
Okay.
Clump.
So we're going to go ladies first, naturally. So I'm going to give Allison a shot. If she gets it wrong, Adam.
Oh, I
gets
get
the
sloppy
steal.
seconds every
That's
time.
not fair.
It's fair. If you get it right, you get it, and if you get it wrong, he gets a chance to steal, and vice versa. So it's
When
fair.
does the Visa get to the Versa?
I think it should just be when you name the first clue. If anybody can get it, we say our name.
Or clap, or
You know what?
ring a
Fine.
gong.
I'm saying my name.
Say your name. Okay, so you say Allison, you
That's my
say
name.
Adam.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay. All right. So here's a sample.
Benedict.
Okay? So the game's called How Vague Can I Be?
Ooh.
Yes. So the idea is I'm going to give you vague clues about a coming-of-age movie. Now, I came across these by just simply Googling 1990s coming-of-age movies, and this gave me the list. Okay? So I just randomly picked them and picked some facts about these films.
Okay.
Period. So here's an example of how the game's going to go. I'm going to give you the year, okay? So that way you'll at least be focused on that. And then I'm going to give you 3 vague facts to see if you can try to come up with the answer. Okay. Here's the sample question. Ready, ladies and gentlemen? So the year is 1995.
Empire Records.
Vague clue number 1.
He didn't ring in with his name.
Oh, Alison, go ahead real quick.
What's the first clue?
Money.
Alison.
The other clue is Clerks, and the third clue is Rex Manning. Go ahead.
Alison.
Go ahead.
Empire Records.
Oh, you're correct. Empire Records. Great job, Allison.
Thank you.
And I know we've went over this before, but if anything came up 95, I would always pick Empire Records. So.
And you could have gotten it had you said your name first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I cheated.
Okay. So are we... Any questions about the rules?
Nah, I'm ready.
Adam.
Go ahead, Adam. Yes.
Empire Records.
I want jump.
Exactly.
I want jump.
The position's been filled. I
Adam.
don't work with the males. Because I used to be one.
Kermit. But anyway, so...
Okay, I'm ready.
Allison, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I said that. I'm ready.
Adam, are you ready?
Yeah.
Listening land, are you ready?
Wow, we're still doing that, huh?
Yeah, we're going to beat that dead horse. We are going to beat that like a bad donkey.
You know we have patrons, right?
We're still going to
Thank
talk
you
to
very
Listening
much.
Land, though, and ask if they're
So-
ready.
Yeah.
Let's
this
go
Listening
ahead.
Land is our life.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
But-
let's go ahead.
Football is life.
Football is life.
Let's play our game.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this random coming of age movies was released in 1990. Vague clue number 1 is kid.
Adam.
Adam, go.
Home Alone.
Negative. Okay. Vague clue number 2 is house.
Oh, I know what it is.
Vague. You can't.
I know.
Vague clue number 3 is play.
Play?
Yes.
Oh, can I steal it from her not knowing?
If she gets it wrong, yes, you can still take this shameful point.
Kid house play.
Yes.
Kid house play. Allison.
Allison, go ahead.
House party.
You're correct. House party, because that, of course, stars kid and play, and it has to do with the house.
All those
So-
30-year-old teenagers.
You really threw me off because I'm thinking like a child, like a kid.
Yeah.
Kid playing.
Big-
Yeah,
I get
that's
it.
the point. That's the point. Yeah. And they play teenagers in that film. Thank you very much.
I know they do, but they're like in their 30s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love kid and play, man.
But that's such a good dance move. Okay, let's go.
The
All
kid
right.
and play.
Allison has 1,000 points. I'm
Oh,
going to bring
nice.
out the old school.
Somehow I have negative.
You have negative 5 million points. Sorry, Adam. But you can still
This is
go
the life
back.
I lead, ladies and gentlemen.
Home Alone could have been a coming of age movie.
It
Kind
could've.
of.
Yeah. it
Yeah,
could've.
he changed.
Yeah, he totally
But
did.
the next coming of age movie came out in 1995. Vague clue number 1: pretzels. Vague
Adam.
clue- Adam, go ahead.
Mallrats.
You're absolutely correct. The other vague clues would have been uncomfortable, and vague clue number 3: Brody. So just to purely spread that out, so Mallrats. There you go. And of course, the clues pretzels have to do with the
Chocolate covered pretzel.
chocolate and uncomfortable. Go ahead, Adam.
At the back of a Volkswagen.
Yep, you're absolutely correct. And Brody.
Basically me in 1995.
Wasn't that Ben Affleck's character?
No, that was Jason Lee's
Oh,
character.
that's right.
All right, so
Ben Affleck was that asshole from Fashionable Mail.
Yes, that's right.
Shannon Hamilton.
where he liked to have sex with girls in an uncomfortable spot.
Like the back of a Volkswagen.
Exactly. All right, so we have a tight game here. Allison has 1,000 points, and Adam, you have 1. All right, so now we have question number 3. The year is 1992. Vague clue number 1, Seattle. Vague clue number 2, Bridget Fonda.
Allison.
Go ahead, Allison.
Singles.
You are correct, Allison. Good job.
I wanted to ring in after the first one, but I couldn't remember what I was supposed to ring in with.
And vague clue number 3 would have been Matt Dillon. Just completely spelled out for you guys. I'm like, because I'm like, am I making these too hard? So let me.
Pearl Jam.
Exactly.
Directed by Ben Stiller.
Yeah. So you're absolutely correct. It has to do with Bridget Fonda's character and Matt Dillon's character as they, in Seattle. So good job, Allison. All right. So now you have currently 4 billion points, and Adam, you still have 1. All right. Let's go ahead and continue this, or 2-1 if you're keeping score properly. Let's go ahead and move forward. So the year is 1999. Now, I was surprised that this film came out in 99. I had to double check, but apparently it did, so go figure. So, vague clue number 1, Josie.
Adam.
Yeah, Adam, go ahead.
Josie and the Pussycats?
No, I'm sorry.
Allison.
Do you want to listen to
Oh, yeah, that makes smart.
Vague clue...
That makes smart. Just give her the points now.
You feel sorry for me?
She needs a handicap.
Center for kids that can't read good either. Okay. Vague clue number 2.
Would you like to touch my penis?
It's a very special day for us. Very special boy. Okay. Vague clue number 2 is reporter. And vague clue number 3 is Rufus. Go ahead, Allison.
Oh. Rufus?
Yeah.
Not Bill and Ted.
I know. Josie. Oh.
Reporter. Was that 99?
That's what I thought.
I thought it was like 2001.
No.
Oh.
Never been kissed.
No.
You're absolutely correct.
I was thinking other.
I was like, Josie. Oh, yeah, Josie Grossi.
Well, Josie Grossi.
Grossi,
She was a reporter for the
Yeah.
Chicago Times.
1999.
And Rufus, that was this thing that the kids were saying.
Oh,
That's totally
so
Rufus.
Rufus, yeah.
That's so Rufus. And literally, I love how they came up. Literally, the character comes up. It's like, Rufus. That's going to be our new word. And everyone's like, Rufus.
Yeah.
It's like, that never happens.
No.
Never.
That was a cute movie,
It
though.
was. All right.
It was.
All right, so Alison has
3.
3. I have 3.
Yeah, Alison is the smart.
Oh.
That was rough.
All right.
You know, I should get a handicap because I have anxiety.
Oh, well, you should play Tetris. But anyways. All right. So the next question. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the last one I can get to catch up with.
All right. The year is 1999 for you Prince fans. All right. Vague clue number 1. Flute.
Adam.
Adam, go ahead.
American Pie.
You're correct. Vague clue number
Wasn't a
2 would be
vague
socks,
clue.
and vague clue number 3 would be pie.
None of those were vague at all.
Socks should have been the first vague one.
Well, I feel like I want to throw you guys some bones.
No,
here,
I got it.
You know, in the
Okay,
socks.
Pale
3 to
ale.
2.
Yeah. So flute, of course, was the
Bandcamp
notorious.
story.
Yep, the notorious instrument in Bandcamp. Google it if you want more details. Socks again. Pretty much, I can't really say too
It's
much.
all
without
about sticking
X-ray.
things other places.
Yeah, and pie. Yeah, same thing. It's like
If you haven't seen the movie, you just
Eugene Levy.
Oh yeah, I love. In my day, we would eat the pie.
He was so good in that role, and that's what made that was like kind of like his career death sentence until Schitt's Creek,
Yeah, it actually was.
because he was just known as the dad in American Pie.
Yeah, with the popcorn bouncing up and down. But anyways, so good job, Adam. Way to go! Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Exactly.
All right, the 2 more, folks. 2 more. This is a really tight, contested game. I'm super stoked about this.
You're soaked.
I don't think
I
it's
am
contested.
soaked.
No one's contesting anything.
No.
All right, so the year is 1991. Vague clue number 1, poetry. Vague clue number 2, glasses?
Adam,
Go.
my girl.
My girl. Yes, you're correct. And vague clue number 3 would have been
Bees.
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 You know, I found out yesterday listening to last podcast on the left. Not a shout out because they don't even know who we are. Did you know bees and wasps can't fly at night?
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to kill those bastards.
So you know
kill
that
bees.
that term "busy as a
No.
bee" is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you're busy as a bee until nighttime.
Yeah.
Why did the bee get kicked out of the hive? He showed up to work buzzed.
I thought it was something that just kept droning on.
There you go. Anyways,
Good Lord.
the punchline stung. Anyways, so
Okay.
here we go. We
It's
actually got a tie
tied.
game. Yeah, this is wow.
Uh-oh, so the next one determines the winner.
Yes.
Because I'm smart. And I can count and add.
I have brain.
I love you, Allison. All right. So the year. Yeah. Just move on, Romeo. Come on. The year is 1994. Vague clue number 1. Fence. Vague clue number 2.
I'm going to go for it.
Go for
Allison.
Allison, go ahead.
The Sandlot.
We're going to continue to give the vague clues, but you'll get the answer. Hold on. Well, yeah, go ahead. What do you got, Allison?
She just said it.
I said the Sandlot.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely correct. And my listening skills are on point tonight, folks. Yeah. Allison, yes, the other vague clues.
Allison
you're
has
correct.
all the brain.
I took a chance.
Yep. I have brain. I have good. Yes, so it would be vague clue number 1 would be fence, vague clue number 2, neighborhood, and vague clue number 3 would be pickle. So there you go.
Woo!
High five.
High five. No contention, no contestant, no whatever he said.
No Knefer.
No
Good job.
no tiffs.
No canoodle.
No tiffs or taffs.
No tips or tasks.
Good job.
Tips or tiffs.
Thank you very much, Allison, for winning the first ever How Vague Can I Be
tournament.
First ever. I
yeah.
like it. I'm a
Yeah,
winner.
you know what? I should have had like the points being, you won some points. Yeah, you won some.
So like whose line is it anyway?
Yeah,
You won some.
Well, the points don't matter.
Yeah, well, that's where I always get my point structure from, was whose line is it anyway. You get 1 billion points. I used to drive me nuts until I got it as a kid. I'm like, why
are they getting so many points?
Yeah, why does he get 35,000 points? What dictates, like, was it? And I realized that's the joke. That's the
That's
dry
the funny.
joke.
That's the funny. Yeah.
That is the funny.
That's
It's
the funny.
pointless. But anyways, Allison,
All
great
right.
job.
Yes, thank you. Thank
So
you.
Mermaids.
You win as your awards. You get free hugs.
Okay.
You get
From everybody that you see.
Yeah, it's going to be really awkward.
no, thank
especially-
you.
Anyone that hears this and sees
Oh,
you,
man.
you owe them a free hug.
Then I'm sure I'm okay.
That's not a prize. That's like what I should get for losing.
No, for you losing, you have to listen.
Free kisses.
You have to listen to me.
You have to listen to that thing she was listening to in the beginning of the movie. Gonna nicky nicky doo 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 doo.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she was watching the nun singing on the TV.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. She couldn't have watched Sound of Music instead? Did they not have the rights?
I don't know.
That's dumb. She could have listened to, that song, What Do You Do? The Problem Like Maria. Oh, how do you solve a problem? Not what do you do with the problem?
If it has to do with the nun, can we have like a prayer in there instead?
I don't think Charlotte would have watched that.
No.
She's burning crosses in that movie.
Lydia would.
Yeah, Lydia would, but not Charlotte.
Two sides of the same coin.
Winona Ryder has a lot of good roles in the 90s.
Yeah.
She really does. She did a good job in this movie. So
She did.
yes. So if you haven't seen Mermaids, go see it or don't. I don't care. I still like it. And
if you want to hear more about how good Christina Ricci is, tune into Allison's
yes.
Say Anything with Christina Ricci. Not with Christina Ricci, about Christina
I
Ricci.
wish, yeah. And you can watch her in Yellow Jackets. Not plugging it because it's not a movie, but you can watch it.
It's true.
You can also
you
watch,
can
her in
watch
Wednesday
it.
on Netflix. Not plugging it, but she's in it.
I forgot she's in Wednesday too. She's not the main star. That's why I forgot. But
Might as well just watch Stranger Things too, because Winona Ryder's in that. And
What?
hell, you can watch Super Mario Brothers if you want to, because Bob Hoskins.
Oh, Bob Hoskins, yes.
Yeah. You're
And then you
correct.
can watch Moonstruck with Cher.
You know what? Let's go ahead and watch Bob Hoskins in Hook. Okay? If you like him in Mermaids, Hook's the unofficial sequel. There.
Well, yeah, he's
Ha!
in another pirate costume.
Yar.
Yar. And if you want to see more Jake Ryan, you can't because he quit acting.
You can watch 16 Candles again.
You can watch that and this, and that's about it. Good riddance, Michael Scheffling.
What's the movie with the Unleash with the where Bob Hoskins plays the betting guy who has the other guy in? Oh man, I'm going to be very vague on this one. Morgan Freeman's in it. It's where the fighter, not Jet Li. Yeah, he plays Danny.
You got Bob Hoskins, Jet Li, and Morgan Freeman in a movie together?
Yeah.
Romeo Must Die?
No, but that was
The
actually,
one.
Unleashed, I think. Hold on.
Unleashed.
Hold on. Let's
It's
see.
about dog grooming.
I thought that was a Looney Tunes movie.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Isn't that the Brendan Fraser Looney Tunes movie?
Jet Li.
No, that was something else.
Looney Tunes
Unleashed
Gone Wild.
2005. Yes.
It was called Unleashed 2005.
It was released in 2005. Yeah. It's actually.
We just want you to know when this movie is, no matter what year it is in the future.
It's like Cherry 2000.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, well, no one's ever heard of that movie, so thank you for bringing that up.
It's absolutely great.
Unleashed 2005.
Highly recommend it.
If you haven't seen Unleashed 2005, or if you have seen it, comment below and tell us how much you love Bob Hoskins and Morgan Freeman's fighting styles.
And Jet Li. No, I think Jet Li does the fighting. He seems more like a fighter than the other two.
You're correct. Although Morgan Freeman would be hilarious
Yeah.
I'm going to kick your ass.
Jet Li.
That wasn't half bad.
That wasn't that bad.
Really? You sounded like Teddy Roosevelt. I'm going to kick your ass.
Well, that was the first time I've ever attempted a Morgan Freeman. So.
Oh man, yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah. Hey, look, better than me. So good job there. But
right.
Unleash is not.
I had a bit of Hank Hill in it too. I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, well, thank you guys for going on my journey with my movie. And the next episode will be Adam's pick.
I can't hardly wait for that one.
We are.
Oh man, you're better than that.
What?
And
I'm just saying, I'm very excited.
Yes. So we have more Tales from the Isles. Even though I always want to call it Tales from the Crypt now.
Tales from the
Isles. Check out our past reviews on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Adam will have more of his Alien deep dive discussions available. So tune into that and join us next time.
If you wanna
Celebrate
know
cinema.
If he loves you so, it's in his tears.
Oh yeah.